Potato, yes. The potato, yes, yes. Patricia. Are you Patricia? Your Amen comes from safety. Your name is a derivative of safety. Because in the Arabic language, there are many proverbs and many derivatives. To make the Arabic language is the ultimate, supreme, no doubt, with arrogance, spoken language on earth. Cry on English, cry on Urdu, cry on French and German, you don't stand up. Because the proverbs and the metaphor and the derivatives will make the Arabic language to have 12.2 million. And make the English language, which is the spoken language of modern civilization, to become 600,000. The Russian and the French, between 120 and 160. But we're still very inferior to ignore the Arabic language and to go to the 600,000 proverb and derivative language. You got it? Brother, what's your name?
It's Abdullah.
Abdullah?
Yeah.
Bismillah, mashallah. Speak Arabic.
شوية.
شوية. يلا brother. Can we start?
Sorry.
Oh. I have to edit this one anyway because I was not ready. تفضل.
Just bless us with some recitation from the Quran, Bilal, if you don't mind.
Put me on the spot again. Bro, I need to.
And it's all right, so-
Really quick, sorry. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والضحى والليل إذا سجى ما ودعك ربك وما قلى وللآخرة خير لك من الأولى ولسوف يعطيك ربك فترضى ألم يجدك يتيما فآوى ووجدك ضالا فهدى ووجدك عائلا فأغنى فأما اليتيم فلا تقهر وأما السائل فلا تنحر وأما بنعمة ربك فحدث.
You know, we as we do with anything that we do good, we start with the remembrance of Allah, for it brings blessing to the gatherings, and you know, there's no bigger gathering than a gathering that we're in that needs the blessings that you know that we try to invoke. So I'm going to hand over to Dr. Hani, who needs no introduction to you guys, mashallah. And we'll have a discussion. I know there's going to be other people coming in as the discussion goes on, and they can join as we go along, inshallah. So, you know, I think something that's important, and especially when you're given a platform like this, you know, as time goes on, I feel I'm blessed because I get to spend more and more time with people like Dr. Hani. And I don't know if this is exclusive to me or if it's a general thing, but Dr. Hani is forever saying to me, what's the question? Give me a question. So we prayed Fajr this morning, and then we sat, and we had many questions. I think we've had close to 50 questions from the time, from yesterday to today. You know, we've created a method of working out how many questions we've asked. But each question enlightens me and teaches me, which is, you know, the most important element. And it gives you a perspective that you won't necessarily be able to find, you know, in and around us. The amount of wisdom and experience, knowledge, know-how that someone like Dr. Hani holds is unbelievable. You know, we as young activists, we as members of the Irish Muslim community, we will never be able to go back and relive or experience what the likes of Dr. Hani experienced, or the generation that he comes from. What they experience, we'll never be able to experience, because the island we live in today is very different to the island that people lived in 40, 50 years ago, which is the Western world in the UK, where Dr. Hani was, mashallah, spent most of his life. So the experiences, the knowledge, the know-how, and what these guys got to see in the 70s and in the 80s is essentially why we're in buildings like this today. Why we're able to hold our head up and say, I'm Muslim in this Western world. So if there's any questions, any concerns, if you've got anything on your mind, if anything comes to you, feel free to ask. For these opportunities are very far and few in between. Whenever I approach an international speaker of any sort to invite them to Ireland, I always say to them that the Muslim community in Ireland doesn't necessarily get these opportunities. So when a few days ago, we had Sister Yasmin Mujahid, that for me is unheard of in a place like Ireland. Like when people like her come to visit Europe, they don't consider Ireland. MashaAllah, we're blessed whenever we have the opportunity or whenever we have the need. People like Dr. Hani is accessible. He's here with us today, so let's make the most of the opportunity. Let's take from it, inshallah. So, I envisage Dr. Hani sharing some words of wisdom with us, and then we'll have a discussion on the challenges that you guys face. And I know each and every single one of you are involved with an element of our society here in different ways. You guys digitally, you guys physically. So that's this is a perfect opportunity for us to learn and to excel, inshallah.
Sister Amen, can you sit here, please? Alhamdulillah, wa sallallahu ala Rasulullah. I love visiting a remote area where there's nobody there. So I can speak to myself. I can look at the mountain and talk to him. Because the mountain has a language. The air has a language. The birds have language. The animals have language. The land has a language. Your skin can speak. My skin can speak. يوم تشهد عليهم أرجلهم وألسنتهم. On the day of judgment, the skin, the tongues, and everything will witness either for us or against us. Even the land will ask Allah to protect you from hellfire because it has seen you making sujood on it. So the first people who will cry for your departure from this life are the place of your sujood. The places of your sujood. The more you make sujood in different areas, the more these different areas will make witness before Allah to protect you. So don't undermine or don't underestimate the might of the witness of this creation of Allah. Because each one of them has been created to serve you, not other way around. Everything around us should be serving us. That's why Allah has created the universe, and the universes inside the universe, and the universes inside the universes inside the universe, and it goes on. We don't know how universe inside the universe inside the universes, because the universes inside the universe inside the universes are unaccountable. Nobody can count them. You know these leaves? Falling leaves, because we are in autumn, winter now. Allah count them by the 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 5 globally. From this side of the universe to this side of the universe, and he has the computer. to put the numbers. ما تسقط من ورقة. No falling leaves of the trees will fall down unless it's written in the book of Allah. What kind of book is this one? You go to America now, you go to the West and give me a computer who will be able to count all the falling leaves of the trees at just 1 minute. 1 minute. Said 2:25 on 26th of January 2023, you count the falling leaves of the trees in the universe at this minute. 1 minute. Can you, Sister Foyhat? You can't. Can you, Brother Mecca and Brother Medina and Brother Quds? You can't. Nobody can. The most thing that they have created nowadays is what we call it James Webb telescope. But to see what? To see what has been mentioned in Quran 1400 years ago, and we are the failures of the failing. Or we are the failing of the failures. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned this, and we did not make the effort to use our talent, our capability, our knowledge to create James Webb telescope. We could have made it Muhammad Ali telescope or Aisha bin Yunus telescope or Amy Fatma? Amy Fatma? Your father called Fatma? اسمه Amy Fatma. Amy Zahra. So your name now is Amy Zahra. Microscope because it's Fatima Zahra. No. So Allah has created all these millions of years before creating us to prepare the land for each and every one of us to live there and to discover and excavate the wealth from the depth of the land. It's coming back to talk about I love going to places where there's nobody there. You know who's going to welcome me? Squirrel, rats, insects. No, forget about the angels. The angels are everywhere. But the squirrels have not been visited by anybody. Actually, oh my God, there's one of them. He's coming to eat our nuts because he's a nut. And the nut in Arabic jump. It's the nut who jumps to eat our nuts. In this Arabic language. Can you do it in English? You speak a language which is very limited. You cannot crack jokes with you. The nut who eat the nuts and make him nut. You got it? English, please.
It's in English.
Oh, sorry. I speak English now. Allah. I don't know what language I speak. Anyway, I just opened the discussion for you to let you to relate yourself to a universe that the creator of such universe can count everything, even the whispers, even the thoughts, not only the whispers. When you go to heaven, say inshallah, invite all of us with you. Okay? And when you are now hungry and say, oh, I would like to have a roast duck.
Very specific.
Very specific. Or what else?
Pigeon.
Mahshi.
What's that?
Whatever it is, just say, I'd like to have a mahshi. It will be on your table.
Yeah. So this.
Just from here,
Yeah.
not from here.
Really?
Yes, of course. Just your wish
Oh, just like
in,
thinking.
in heaven. I would like to wear this kind of suit or jalabiya or dress. You don't have to ask. Just you wish. Oh, that's heaven. In heaven, you don't spend effort to do anything. Spend effort here to construct life on earth. Now, are you going to go there?
Sorry?
Are you going to go there?
To where? To Jannah.
Yeah.
Inshallah, yeah. I'll try.
Akid.
Yeah.
خلاص. Take sister Aisha and sister Amy and myself. Forget about the others. Okay, open discussion.
Dr. Hani, I have an important question. So,
Very important, huh? How do you know it's important?
because
What's important?
it's impactful.
Because I make it important.
Exactly.
Because I'm an important man.
You're important.
Not me, it's you.
Me.
Because you are the one who asking the important question.
It's the question that's important, not the person asking the question.
But because the person who's asking an important question, he's important.
The question is important.
We speak English now. Huh? All right.
So, we all have our own professions and dreams and desires in life. Someone to be doctors, engineers, lawyers, businessmen. We all have different avenues. We're all studying different things. And you studied medicine. It's a big, big degree, 6 years to become a doctor. But then you changed it to give to the community and to the world. How do we add that aspect to our life? We all have a direction we want to go. Well, how do we change it to be involved in the community, give back to the world at the same time? You went from being a doctor to being a humanitarian. How did you do that?
Changing your career is something that you can make if you want. I will all the time say if you want, if you wish, if you can. If you don't, you will not. This is number one. Number two, sometimes Allah chosen you for certain purpose that you don't understand. So He let you to navigate through certain avenues till you reach. And when you reach, He support you. That's another thing. So it's entirely up to you to discover the talent and the capability at the back of your mind, and to discover the purpose that you want to achieve, and to discover how the people need, what the people need from you, and how can you make it. Life is about risking your life for the lives of others. Not many people can do that, but at least the people like yourself who want to make a change can do that. Can put their neck on the guillotine for the others. Can stand up for the others. Can think for the others. But those who can stand up, put their neck for the others, are the people who live forever. In the memory of the others, as well as in the highest places in Allah's creation, or Allah's world, or Allah's universe. So it's entirely up to you. I'm not coming here today to give you sweet nothing, or to give you bedtime stories and make you comfortable, I give you emotional speeches. If you don't want to do it, خلاص. Not going to be done. So what? Why should I do it for you? Am I going to go in heaven instead of you? No. Am I going to be thrown in the hellfire to protect you? No. It's you and what you want. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the mind to think and the life to live, and showed us the way. You go this direction or this direction with your own choice. If you want, instead of sleeping 8 hours a day, or 10 hours a day, or 7 hours a day, you sleep 4 or 5 hours. Because the urge in your heart, at the back of your mind, does not let you sleep. Because you want to do something. And this is why This is what Abu Bakr was doing. And was going to make da'wah to invite Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, Hazrat Bilal, in the middle of the night. And Bilal told him, why didn't you wait for tomorrow? He said, tomorrow might not come. Tomorrow might not come. How do you know? Like I mentioned yesterday about Umar ibn Abdul Aziz, if you remember what I mentioned about him. Huh? He went to the treasurer to get the salary of his next month because his daughter on the Eid day did not have a proper dress. She was crying on the Eid day. And the treasurer told him, can you guarantee that you are going to live till next month? He said, no, I can't. He said, خلاص, I can't give you a salary. To whom? To the Khalifa. Now you find these nuts who do not eat nuts, and the squirrel will be happy of them because they are not eating his food. You know, the one who eats the nuts of the squirrel is a nut like myself sharing the fruit of the squirrel. They'll be very happy because I'm sharing with them. But the other nuts are not eating the nuts of the squirrel, and they still make the nut on the squirrel to kill him. The squirrel is not happy with him, with them. Do you understand what I said? 100%? Even I don't understand what I'm saying. How do you diplomatic, huh? So for this, it's you are the only one. You are the only one who can make it. ما حك جلدك مثل ظفرك فتولى أنت جميع أمرك. Nobody will scratch your skin unless you scratch it with your own, no, what do you call it? Zifr. Nails. This is number one. Scabies. You know, when I have scabies, you know what scabies mean? Scabies. Scabies is a disease. Disease was lice and whatever they call it. And فتولى أنت, if you are going to scratch your head or your skin, you are in charge of every aspect of your own life. Don't come and tell me, do it for me. You do it yourself. That's what your auntie, my wife, telling me every time because I'm lazy at home. Oh, please, when you come up, bring me some water. Get down. Please, when you come up, bring me some fruits. Get up. Please, when you come, yani, the bed is in the middle of the room, and she is there, and my spectacle is there. Please, when you pass me, bring my spectacle. Get up and do it yourself. That's your auntie. Yeah. Of criticizing me? Alhamdulillah. So you can do it. You know, when what's his name? The American president, Obama. When he said, we can do it, we said, no, we will do it. But with the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So you will do it if you believe that you can do it. Yes, sir. Yes, Amy? Been thinking deeply. Huh? You have been thinking deeply.
So Bilal and Abdullah, they both have social media pages where they give da'wah, hadiths, Quran, everything. So what advice would you give to youth that want to start giving da'wah?
They can introduce to us what da'wah they are giving. Before you make any fatwa, you have to listen to them. Because they are the pioneers. Any one of you can start up.
So I just posted about Quran verses and some simple hadiths, and that's it mostly.
What is the purpose of posting simple hadith and Quran verses?
It's just to like yeah, just to like convey the message of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Very good.
Just
Without
like put it out there so everyone knows.
without any explanation. But do you know the meaning of the verse or the meaning of the hadith before you put it out?
Oh yeah, I do, yeah. I do, yeah.
Yeah. Does the people come back to you to ask what does it mean or reference or anything?
They don't ask me.
That mean, يعني, will the people read it?
They do, yeah.
Is it in TikTok or where? On Instagram.
Instagram and TikTok.
Very good. That's why you have millions of people following you.
Sorry?
You have millions of people following you.
Inshallah.
It
So,
has 95,000 people
on,
on Instagram.
I have 2,000 only. So you are ahead of me.
Donate them.
Nobody reads what I write or what I
You have
do.
Instagram as well.
Sorry?
You have Instagram.
I have Instagram, I have Facebook, I have Twitter, I have whatever. Oh, that's enough.
Everything.
But I didn't go to the TikTok yet.
Yeah, go TikTok. It's good as well.
Huh?
Top tick.
TikTok.
Okay, it's different one.
TokTik?
Well, what's his son's name that does the TikTok videos? Ahmad.
It's
Yes.
done.
Yeah. He needs to give you some advice on TikTok then.
No, he doesn't. He is advising me not to approach TikTok because it's not for my age. I think that I'm
I think you're very young. You should have a TikTok.
very good. I will.
He's old.
He's old. He's old.
I think he thinks you're too young.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
You have a minimum age requirement. You see.
that's right. So that's good that you have crowd of 90,000 people without opinionating it, which is good. Without opinionating it, yani without actually making your own opinion.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, at least
I don't make my own opinions.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Okay. How about you?
Basically, I'll be honest, at the start, I've seen Abdullah post his videos and his stuff long before he got a big following. And I joined his page and I was like, it's good. But I had to deep about it because I wasn't really like thinking of starting a page, obviously. But then something came into my mind that so many youth, like all of us, like here, we post the wrong things and we do things we don't even know what we're doing. So at the time, obviously, I wasn't on a good path anyway. Like I was just like whatever. But when I started posting my videos. It kind of made me have some sort of discipline and work harder towards my deen for the sake of Allah. Because I know if I'm posting videos and I'm posting Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, all these hadith, it makes me learn more, and then people like learn as well. You know what I mean? So whatever I learn and teach them, they get the reward and I get the reward off it as well. But then also before I post, I have to say it's for the sake of Allah, because your intentions can go sideways. So like after every video I post, I delete Instagram.
You delete.
Yeah, I delete Instagram. I delete the app.
Why?
Because it's not for the people, it's for Allah. You get me?
Because if he starts to see all the likes and coming in, it might affect him. So he deletes it to not see people liking his videos and this. So
Like for example, yeah, say if your son posts a video tomorrow and he gets like 200,000 likes and he starts walking outside and he has a bit of pride in his heart or arrogance or you know where I'm coming from.
But what will happen when you delete it?
Nothing happens. The
You
videos.
don't see, like, he deletes and he posts and doesn't see the reaction.
Deletes
He
the app.
doesn't see the notification.
Ah, he keeps the post.
Yeah, the post is there. He doesn't see the notification.
But this might upset the people.
No, I won't, because
No, because once he delete my comment, I might be upset.
No. So for example, once he posts something,
Yeah.
as soon as he posts, he removes the app from his phone.
Or like
But
he
the
signs
post,
it out.
everything's there. So he just doesn't see people liking it and commenting, so it doesn't affect him. If you understand?
But if I want to see how many people liked his comment, can I?
yeah,
you
you
can.
can.
He
Yeah,
just
yeah.
deletes it.
But he can.
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
You can.
So he
I can.
hides how many likes he gets. So if he sees that he gets a lot of likes, it might affect him.
Like
Yeah,
pride,
but here,
sense of pride. So he just
here there's another struggle. He's taking the shortcut and the easiest way. The difficult one is you stand up when you are amongst this crowd and you don't see their comments.
You don't let them
But
affect
if you run away from it, you'll be weak. If you want to be stronger, okay, see it and say, "A'udhu billah min shaitan." Make a proverb for yourself. Actually, try to protect you from the fame, okay? And but anyway, if other people see it, that's fine. Okay. Yes. What do you want to ask?
I have no questions so far.
What do you want to ask?
Same as him.
All right. Go to someone else.
What kind of challenges you guys see, or what's one of the biggest challenges you've had in the ISOC? You guys involved with the ISOC, right? Could be anything.
Giving female leadership roles in the ISOC.
Giving or getting?
Getting and
Giving birth.
Like even sometimes when you get the votes, there are some people that would rig the votes to ensure that you don't get that leadership role.
Even the younger generation.
Younger and older generations.
Forget about the older generation.
When I say older, like 26, 27.
Still you.
I'm 17. So I think this becomes like a disease. يعني with the parasite or with the bug or with the virus going from generation to generation. It doesn't stop. So what is the difference? You are in a university and the Islamic society and these are student activities. What difference does it make of a sister or a brother leading? I mean, are you being created differently? You see, and this is actually coming back to the teaching in the mosque, and whom there have been those people, what do you call it? Somebody is making them, young people, these young people, like, huh?
People who give the tarbiyah.
Yeah, they are not giving tarbiyah. This is not tarbiyah. They're actually narrowing the scope of thinking. And they are deviating them from the right course of action. The right course of action that the society needs everyone. If you are not trained, what will you be doing later on? You will have no skills. You will have no confidence in yourself. And that's a problem. And there is equality between male and female, a lot of equality between male and female. And there's a lot of ijtihad that some of the roles or most of the roles could be done or be delivered by sisters. I think young people at the age of 19, 20, 26 have been infested by our own culture, by so-called mufti or ulama who do not understand the front from the back, by people who have no serious knowledge of Islam. Very strange in the middle of Europe, as we still see it, even coming to the younger generation. Very strange.
How do we change it?
Fight for your right. Don't let them to push you around. Tell them get lost. No, I'm serious. Because, you see, if you given your right for the people who have no right to take it from you, you will have no right for you or for somebody else for the future. That's the problem. You say, okay, no problem, brother, no problem, sister. Yeah, don't fight, yeah, don't make a disturbance. No, you stand up and tell them, I have been elected. You sit down and you listen to me. If you don't want to listen to me, peace be upon you. You can leave the ISOC. ISOC is about membership of the young students in the university, whether the young students are Muslims or non-Muslims. No, yeah, I mean are female or non-female, female or male. It's not about unisex again. No, it's wrong. If you don't stand up for your right, you'll have no right to find. Your right will be taken.
What was the question? Was
ISOC.
ISOC and female
Female
taking leadership
representation.
roles.
like females like taking roles and the men say no, or
No, it's like some,
The importance and the significance.
yeah.
And having a female in roles in different positions in
They
an
have a really
organization.
effective role.
okay.
Let me give you two examples from UK, which is not far from you. Muslim Council of Britain is led by a young girl, Zahra. Okay? And she is doing her best. Muslim Council of Britain is supposed to be the largest Muslim organization which is organizing the coordination between mosques in the country. She was elected to be the Secretary General of Muslim Council of Britain. MAB, Muslim Association of Britain, also she had a young female to run it. And her name was Takriti, but I can't remember the first name. You have to train the woman to be member of the board of trustees, to become senior managers, to become directors, to become CEOs, because they have the experience and knowledge and the will to do that. Otherwise, there'll be a burden on you later on. Yes.
I was gonna see like regarding what she asked, like I know it might sound weird. In the Prophet ﷺ's time, he came in a time when people were digging their daughters up and whatever, like they were buying their daughters. When he came, he brought like justice, if you get me. And when he brought justice, there was the Sahaba and Sahabihi. So the females were like the companions, they were there, and the male companions were there. But the females and male companions, it wasn't like they were against each other. As you said, like unity, but they had their what do you call that?
Differences.
They had obviously a man and a lady, they can't like do certain things together. They had
Yeah.
boundaries, yeah, that's the word, boundaries.
Integration.
They still had high value in each of their things, you get me? But from your ISOCs, I think like what you should say is just like remind them of that, because I know a lot of brothers, they like to push, they like to leave the see a lot of brothers, they look at the Sahaba, yeah, like Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu and Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu.
Okay.
They don't look at the Sahabi as well. You get me? Like the female Sahaba. You understand?
Yes, okay.
So what I'm trying to say is that they should go and look at the female Sahaba, because what they do is they look down at ladies, they push them away. But instead you should actually make it equal, but have the boundaries, if you get me. Like learn your Islam, have the boundaries, but everyone's equal in their own way. Did you get me?
Yes,
Because in Allah's eyes, nobody's better than nobody, we're all the same.
that's right. But even to say if you're actually talking about Hazrat Umar, and he was talking about like in Libya, the dowries are very expensive, gold. That's why I decided not to marry a Libyan, because they had no money and they will have no money for them. And Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu, was trying to ask people to reduce or to not reduce, yani to lower the value of the dowry given to the wife or to the future wife. This woman stood up in the middle of the mosque and tell him, "What are you talking about?" You know, when a woman can stand up to tell Umar in public, what are you talking about? Allah said, أتيتم إحداهن قنطارا. If you give them as much as they want, can't say reduce it. He said صدقت المرأة. The woman is saying the truth. But he was trying to say, don't overdo it because it becomes very difficult and to the young people who have no money to get married. But if the man has the money, want to get the dowry to his daughter, sorry, not his daughter, his wife or future wife, he can do that. So at that time, woman has the courage to stand up in front of the Khalifa and in public. Where in public, where the woman were actually in the mosque, and the Khalifa on the front, and the man in front of him, and the woman behind him, in the same room. Tell him, no, I'm not saying it. It's not right. So coming back to the role of women of Islam, it is very strange. It is up till now we're still discussing it, unfortunately. You produce for us from Asia what I can say an uneducated imams calling themselves mufti or alim. Imams do not understand Arabic language, which is the language of Quran, language of Hadith, language of Tafsir, language of Arab history, not Islamic history, sorry. And they are leading imams who are related to groups or to jama'at, and each jama'ah has got its own group, its own thinking, its own philosophy of thinking, which is becoming a little bit compartmentalizing the society or the community, unfortunately.
Sects within themselves.
Creating sects. Creating sects. This is the problem. The problem is not in the woman. The problem in the people in the mosque who are making the woman like to be, oh my God, there's a woman in the room. Everybody run away. Shh. Because she is demon. She is biting people. She's killing everyone. Huh? And you can see them. Look at them. Oh my God, my God, my God, my God. Run, 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 run. What? What is that?
They do it to the vampire.
Yeah, okay, but I didn't. I was trying to say that. That's just said I'm biting you without being polite.
He said it, not you.
The princess of darkness. There's two princesses of darkness in the room. Run!
Get out.
That's it. Very sad. Still keeping this discussion for the last at least 40 years. Yes, brothers and sisters.
You know, something that I was fortunate with Sheikh. So I went to.
You're always fortunate. Huh? Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, yeah.
Give us some fortune from your fortune.
I'll take it.
Give her a check. See, she looks miserable. She needs some money. She needs some food.
No food today.
Sponsor, actually.
No food, no food, no food.
Nothing.
خلاص, don't talk about it. It's not ملوخية, it's something else.
Definitely no food after that.
Go on.
Anyway, so when I went, I'm a little bit older than you guys. So I
Is
went,
it?
Yeah, only a little bit. So university for me was in the internet age.
Was, yes.
Yeah, yeah. But something that was instilled in me, just the nature of my course, was we couldn't turn to the internet for research.
What was your course?
Fashion design.
And you sit next to me? It's haram.
You are fashionable.
Fashion
Who's the
design.
lecturer?
When you said fashion designer, it always goes to the female side of it.
So there's a male side.
But the male side is boring.
No,
The same trouser every year, the same jacket every year, the same waistcoat every year. But with the woman, everything is different every year or every month.
okay.
Okay, so now we know where you come from.
I see it deeper than that. But
Anyway,
so we could never turn to the internet for research. So we were always, it was instilled in us Go look at books. Go look at magazines. Go physically look at, go to museums. Go look at archives, buildings. Get out. You had to go and create your own research essentially. So we briefly touched on it in the last day or so. The importance of
The research,
research,
finding data,
reading
reading.
books.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the shallowness of Facebook, you said, as opposed to the book. So, I think it's an important message for us to share with, because I sit with a lot of young Muslims who, and Gahar, we've had this discussion. You was advocating that you know more now, apparently through TikTok, than you did. But for me, there's something missing, right? If you're going to TikTok for your news, there's a problem. So, if you can enlighten us on that as an issue.
So basically you're saying it's gaining information or taking information from social media channels?
You can.
Brother Abdullah's got 95,000 followers, right? But it doesn't give him an authority.
No, exactly. So
Does that make sense?
yes.
I'm sorry to say that, bro.
It's true.
It's right.
Respect you, mashallah. It doesn't give you.
I have 2,000.
Yeah.
Does it give me authority? Doesn't.
I've got like 400. Do you understand? I mean, that's.
Like 1,000 followers.
The point being is, but education and proper research and drawing knowledge.
People come to you for knowledge, but you don't have the authority
To give fatwa to them.
to give fatwas.
Yeah.
And it's
Not even a fatwa. You don't have an sometimes you can interpret something, but interpret it completely wrong. Like there's a bigger context to it.
Or you can convey it in the wrong sense.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
people
Yeah.
could take it in
No,
the
but
wrong
I'm
sense.
conveying my interpretation of
Yeah.
something, not only on social media, even in life. Like I'm sat here,
Yeah.
I bring a point of view that's very shallow. Do you understand what I mean? Like there's no deep meaning behind it. In order for me to attain deep meaning,
You have to
I
look
need to
into
go not only, but I can't turn to the internet to learn. Because a thief can be sat in Bradford pushing an agenda on a particular topic. So everything you see about that topic is what I want you to see, not the truth.
Yeah.
You know how the internet works, right?
Oh, yeah, no, I get you.
You can Google search if you want, no problem.
Yeah.
But if I want you to have a certain view or perspective on something, that's all you're going to see. On the first 5 pages of Google, that's all you'll see. You're going to go away with the skewed mindset. Whereas if you go back to the traditional way of learning,
getting it from the books, from the
get
proper
16 books to learn about one topic, all from a different point of view, in order to build your.
knowledge of.
I think because young people are very busy.
And lazy.
Doing what? I don't know. Okay, this number one. The speed of obtaining information is very fast now. And their ability to sit down and read came down to the minimum, or reduced to the minimum. Unfortunately. And the complexity of life becomes more complex. With all this in mind, and the last one and not least, the anti-Islam and the Islamophobia on the table scared them even to say that they are Muslims. Needless to say that they are going to buy books, actually, and to read the books. Oh my God, these old books, it's old-fashioned. It's old-fashioned. Don't become old-fashioned. This is actually what's happening to the people. Education is a multidimensional process. It's a multidimensional, complex process. Always diverse. It's always diverse. Sometimes you get it from one-to-one teaching, like the brother who traveled from Andalusia to Kufa to listen to Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal hadith on foot. That means that from Portugal or from Spain to Morocco to what we call it Algeria, to Libya, to Egypt, to cross from Egypt to Iraq, and so on. So what you can physically see, this young man has traveled the way to obtain some hadith. Okay? This is one way. From reading, nowadays, you have to identify the source of your knowledge. If you ask me what I'm listening to, if I want to listen to somebody, I listen to Sheikh Sha'rawi, okay? Because he is explaining, make his explanation is Islam made easy to understand in a very colloquial Egyptian language, could be understood by many people. I listen to Sheikh Qaradawi, who passed away a month or 2 months ago. Sheikh Qaradawi was world traveler, so his contemporary fiqh is more diverse because he was in Europe, went to America, went to other places to have this diverse knowledge at his age. I listened to Sheikh Dr. Nabulsi from Syria. He's still alive. May Allah strengthen him and give him good health. Sometime I listened to Sheikh Kishk from Egypt again because he was revolutionary. I listened to Sheikh Abdul Qadir, Omar Abdul Kafi. I think he might be my age. Huh?
He came to Ireland before.
Yeah, I know. He came to Ireland, he came to different, to Italy and to UK as well. So you have to choose your teachers. I listened to Sheikh Al-Ghazali. Sheikh Al-Ghazali is a deep thinker, extremely deep thinker. What I was saying about the sin that we do or we commit of not using our talent, this was his words. You have a talent at the back of your mind and you're not using it. So he said that we are sinners. We are not discovering our talent.
Just wasting it.
You don't even discover your talent.
You don't even know you're wasting it.
Procrastination.
What do you call it?
Procrastination. Just
What?
procrastination.
It means
Just
prolonging things.
prolonging things.
For what?
Prolonging.
Delaying things.
No, it is
The word procrastination.
procrastination?
Procrastination means
Castration?
Not castration.
What did you say?
Procrastination.
Procrastination.
Yes.
Or procrastinating.
Procrastinating. Be careful not to put the R in the middle.
Yeah, because that's
Oh,
Tell him later.
it's a
Those people actually don't know what they are talking about. Big words. Procrastination, yeah, okay. Actually, these are I choose when I want to listen to somebody. And to those people. Even when I listen to reciters, I choose. I choose to listen to certain reciters which I know their history and to affect my heart. So this is the second source of knowledge. The third source of knowledge is interaction. Like you sit in a group and teach one another. The fourth source of action is when you go to the community and learn from them. Because don't ever think, because you have a PhD or master or become a professor, that this miserably looking vegetable saleswoman does not have experience. She might have the idea that you are looking for it for years and you can't find it. Okay? Knowledge comes from the people, from the community as well. So the 5 or 6 or 7 source, of course, the internet comes at the end of the day. Actually, because make life easy. But it is not creating a knowledgeable reader. I still respect the West of having this massive number of great number of libraries, reading libraries. You still may build the libraries. We don't have libraries anymore. They still buy old books. There's a market, and people go to. This used to be in our countries 40, 50 years ago. Now, this market is not there anymore.
No, it's all online.
No, the book at home is like a source of guidance. a source of comfort, a source of wisdom. Okay? And if you want to become alim in Islam, if it's Islam, you have to master the Arabic language, whether you like it or not. If you want to become alim in some other subject, you have to go to the roots of these subjects. And the roots could be multidimensional.
Arabic is hard though.
Nothing is hard. Yeah. Nothing is hard. Nothing is hard if you have the will to change it.
I'll try and learn it as well because I'm from Kenya, so over there we speak
Swahili.
Yeah.
Swahili.
Swahili, yeah.
Half of Swahili or 30% of Swahili is Arabic.
Really? Oh yeah, it's true. Some words, yeah. Some
Arabic.
words are like the same.
Yeah. You see, nothing is different. You know, most of the great scholars of Islam came from non-Arabic zones or geographical area. Al-Bukhari, Al-Nasa'i, Ibn Majah, Abu Dawood, Tabarani, all of them. Even what's his name? Abu Hanifa al-Nu'man, originally Persian. Even as I mentioned yesterday, did I mention it yesterday? The one who put the grammar of the Arabic language was not Arab.
Really?
Sibawayh. Because they did their best to master it.
Yeah.
Now you are Kenyan. What's your local language?
Swahili.
Why do you speak English now? Better than
English.
Swahili.
I know English.
Because you wanted to learn English.
Oh yeah, true, yeah.
And you want to master the English language.
So
And you want to come to Europe. And you want to find a job in Europe. That's why you have to speak English.
Yeah.
So if you did it for the English, why don't you do it for the Arabic?
And true, I have no
If
excuses.
if you want, you can.
Yeah.
But if you don't want, you will not be able to do it.
If I want to, I find the way.
You find the way.
Find the way, yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you a very, very يعني, touchy example. If you love some girl and you want to marry her, you will do your best to marry her. You won't sleep. No. Cool down. Cool down. Cool down. Cool down. Huh? We passed all the way through this. It passed by us because I was born before you, maybe 2-3 years before you. And this is true, actually. If you bought something at the back of your mind, you will do it. That's the crunch of the matter. Yes?
Maybe.
That's what I'm saying. If you want to become a footballer,
Yeah.
you can become a footballer.
Dedication.
So he's talking about the itch. If you have that itch to become something,
Yeah.
You can.
do it. But if you don't have the itch,
Yeah.
your excuses and sitting down. So
Yeah.
procrastination. When you came to Ireland, you wanted to learn English. You had the itch. So he's saying the same thing for Arabic.
Yeah, that
You
makes
want to
sense.
learn, but if you don't have that itch, that desire that's in the back of your head that keeps you going and stops making you do this, then you will get to where you want to get and learn it.
Then you push yourself.
Okay?
So, Dr. Hani, we all come from different countries: Kenya, India, Afghanistan, Libya, Pakistan, and we're living in cultures, societies, and everything that's not who we are, our culture and our religion. How do we stay strong in our roots and not get strayed away?
How can stay strong in what?
To our roots, to where we come from, our religion, our culture, our language, our
I mean,
heritage,
you're not gonna, like-
It
tradition.
depends how do you define your roots? Is your roots is Afghanistan? Is your roots in Libya or Egypt or Pakistan or India? Or is your root is Islam? If your root is your country, you narrow your scope because not everybody will be interested in your country. My root is Afghanistan culture. Okay, fine. He's coming from Kenya. He's coming from Pakistan. He's coming from Ireland. He's coming from maybe India and. But if you say my root is Islam, you find all of those people around you. So define your root to find your partners, your supporters, and the people who can help you, your helpers. But it's up to you. And which kind of culture? The Afghani culture, the Pakistani culture, the Malay culture, the Kenyan culture, the Irish culture? Which culture? Which culture can bring us together? Okay? This is what you need to define. Because sometimes you put a very simple question which have a very stupid answer. Like, my answer is stupid, but your question is simple. But the simple question, you make it like a problem. It's not a problem. Come back to you. All the time since yesterday, I'll keep saying it's you who can make it. It's you who can achieve. It's you who can start. It's you who can build. It's you who can prevent, not me. Not me, it's you. It has to be done by you. If you want a revolution, you have to start. Maybe the first few people in this revolution become martyred. In the battlefield of Yarmouk, Muslim army was 40,000. Yarmouk in the area between Jordan and Syria. And the Roman army was about more than 200,000. Everybody was scared. Somebody called Akrima. You know who is he? His father's name was Abu Jahl. You know who Abu Jahl was? Who's Abu Jahl?
The uncle of the Rasul that was against him.
Who was?
Against him, a kafir.
تبت يد أبي لهب وأبو لهب أم أبو جهل. Two. One of his cousins, sorry, not cousin, uncles of the Prophet ﷺ from the tribe, from the family. He was very bad to the Prophet ﷺ. لا أبو لهب. Yeah, هذا different now. واخد بالك؟ He was a son, and he was against the Prophet ﷺ. And he was, when the Prophet ﷺ conquered Mecca, he ran away. Because the Prophet ﷺ was saying, if you see Akrima, kill him. Then one of the relatives of Akrima take a pardon from the Prophet ﷺ to bring him back. At this time, it was very, very frightening. 40 against 240. By all the means, the Muslim will be crushed in seconds. You know what he did? He stood up and said, Man yubayi al maut. Who can give a legion for death? Out of the 40,000 Muslims, only 400. 400 over 40,000, that's 1 in 100. Out of the 40,000, only 400. They went with him. And they went, Abu Akrima and his people, they went through the middle of the Roman army, in the middle, in the center, to scare the other group. None of them came back. All of them were martyred. And this ignited the souls of the rest of the 40,000, which led Khalid ibn Walid to win the war in a day or two. You see, Ikrimah said to Khalid, I was cursing the Prophet ﷺ. I was fighting the Prophet ﷺ whole of my life. You, Khalid, embraced Islam before conquest of Mecca, and Prophet ﷺ made you the risen sword of Allah. But it's not me. Let me to clear my sins, because they have some relationship. Khalid was the leader of the army, and Ikrimah was one of the soldiers. Because Khalid was telling him, please, don't get yourself killed. He said, no, I have to clear all my sins that I have committed against the Prophet ﷺ. after those 400 people were martyred in an hour or two, the rest of the army won the battle in a day or two. So it is you and nobody else but you who can make the change that you want to make. Even if you failed, doesn't matter. I have a talk which I called My Failure or My Aura. You know Aura? Aurat. So I did a lot of mistakes when I was in Islamic Relief. It could have closed down the organization at that time. You have to admit that you did some mistakes. For you and you to learn that nobody is indispensable. Nobody is ma'soom. Nobody is sinless. We are all sinners. But we make a sin and we ask istighfar. We make a sin and we ask istighfar. We fail, but we will stand up and try again. I failed my driving test 5 times. Alhamdulillah. Say Alhamdulillah. Naray takbir. I failed.
No, first time, inshallah.
No. I failed my license for becoming a medical doctor in UK about 4 times. Said Naray takbir 4 times. I was rejected twice or 3 times by girls to marry me. One of them was screaming at us when I was going to the house, to her flat, and I was shaking her mother's hand. She said, "Mommy, don't touch him, he's a foreigner." The mother was, no, it's يعني because she is from جماعة أيام الجماعات الإسلامية اللي كانت في الجامعة. From the Islamic groups. "Mommy, he's a foreigner, don't touch his hand." And her auntie was with me, said, I can't remember her name. She told me, "Get lost, I'm not going to marry you." And 2 people, or at least two girls. But I tried again.
3rd time's a charm.
I'm not sure. No, 3 times. 3 times. One from UK. She was also a very nice Egyptian doctor. And يعني there was a, what do you call it, chemistry? The chemistry came. Soon we saw one another. But when the mother realized that I'm leaving the country in 2 years, 3 years' time, she blocked it. And the girl was crying, the father was crying, and I was upset. But it was the best decision, because the wife I have now is the right wife, which made me to be with you. Okay? So 3 times I was rejected. So that means I tried 5, 6 times. Tell somebody, said, "Okay, fine, let us take him." So keep trying. This is my actually marriage side. Even my doctor of medicine, I failed again. Major failure. Extremely major and stupid and bad failure. You know why? Because I was preparing my first fundraising trip to Saudi Arabia during Ramadan and said, "Okay, this is the thesis. I'm traveling to raise funds for Islamic Relief in 1990, I think." And I failed miserably. Is become R becomes we become I become, this is a language. Then the references. But because of the work was actually unique in its way, the chief or the president of the Royal College of Pathology gave me a chance to resubmit again. So failure is a part of our life. Even people didn't listen to the Prophet ﷺ many times, and they failed. We mentioned the battlefield of Uhud this morning. We mentioned the battlefield of Hunayn, when they didn't listen and they become arrogant, they were slapped on the Muslims slapped on the face, and the companions were there. But actually, when they listened back to the Prophet ﷺ, Allah gave them victory. That's it. Anything else? You didn't ask me a question. I can see you thinking deeply about a question which nobody can answer.
I feel like I can't ask a question that's,
Nothing is.
No such thing as a stupid question. Yeah, exactly. Just go out to citizen and ask whatever you have. I've been asking him questions since yesterday, 3 o'clock, and I haven't stopped.
Yeah.
And I won't stop.
That's something that, your love lifestyle, certain things.
Education, family.
What's your biggest challenge in life so far?
Can I have a minute to think about it?
Sleep. All right. Anybody else?
Since you were talking about you're married, what's an advice that you give to people or young people looking to get married? Or like how should they establish themselves or where should they stand before they approach someone, be a guy approaching a girl's family or vice versa?
First of all, you have to know that marriage is not a beautiful face, is not something which is amusing all the time,
Not a fairy tale.
and not a fairy tale, but not amusing all the time. Marriage is a responsibility. Marriage needs thick skin sister and thick skin brother. When they fight with one another, they don't run away. The easiest thing nowadays, because the sister is working, she has income, and you are working, she says, tell you, get lost, I have my income. This is not marriage. This is not marriage. This is disease. Marriage is responsibility. Maybe you love the sister before marriage and she loves you. But her love after getting married will be for the children. So don't cry. She will not give you much attention as she used to give before when she was your fiancée or before having babies. Okay? And marriage is not about Romeo and Juliet, fairy story. Marriage is about who's going to put the children to sleep, who's going to pay the bills, who's going to visit my father and my mother and your father and your mother, who's going to entertain your family members and my family members. It's about this package. Marriage is not someone and a male and female going on a cuckoo island and living there where there's no cuckoo on the island. You know who's the cuckoo?
Cuckoo, yeah.
Who is he?
The bird.
The bird. They call it Cuckoo Island, but there's no cuckoo. Okay? So marriage is marriage is about deen, about justice, about fairness. The man is demanding, and the woman is quite often accommodating. But when you demand, you have to realize that she is a human being. She's working outside. She come tired. Oh, now you have not cooked the food. Why didn't you cook the food for me? I was working like you. Or I have few children. Or I have few children. Or I have few children to breastfeed, to clean up, and even if she was a housewife. We're all waiting for you. Welcome. Takbir. Takbir. We're talking about marriage. Perfect timing. And even if she's a housewife and you are outside, Mr. Champion, she looks after the children. She takes the children to the school. She cleans up the children. She cooks for you. And you want her actually to accommodate you when you need. Because a personal relationship between her and she's tired. You have to be logic. And for you, marriage could be just, khalas, I married you. You have to do everything I want. Especially when your mother tells you, why she is not. You know, one day And this for you, Sister Fatima, because you came late. You know the slipper? I was quarreling with my my wife, and she took her slipper.
Perfect aim. No.
And told me, if you raise your voice against her, I will slap you with the slipper on your face.
Raise your voice, I raise my slipper.
She already hold it. Allah yarhamha, may Allah bless
Said
her.
that to you.
Yes, in front of my wife. This was a generation, not a generation Z. We were the generation X, or the boomers.
So you know the terms.
Yeah. So this is marriage. Marriage is about your mother, your father, your family, her family, to respect them. And they have an advice of an Arab woman to her daughter and an Arab man to his son. If you read them, Google it, Google it, the mother advice to her daughter when she married her husband, or put 10 points. Incredible to the girl. But on the other side, Muhammad Rasulullah, on the other side, advice from the father of the man to his son. You don't take it one way. Say, oh my God, Amy, you have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Amy will tell you, okay, yes, but you have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as well. Because marriage is a partnership to build a community, to raise the country, not to raise only few children. This is marriage. Are you ready?
For Salah, yeah.
Are you ready for marriage?
Inshallah.
I'll find you some. Give me your details. Alhamdulillah. Hayya ala salat, hayya falah. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. You found your question?
There we go.
After Azan, you tell me the question. And you conclude the meeting with your question. Could be like the icing or the cherry or the diamond. And then,
Has pressing questions.
I was going to ask one of the boys to tie your shoelace. Because one of them is tied and the other one's not tied.
this is fashion. Because he is a fashion designer.
We wanted to go out and
You've just been booking me more than it's been booking you.
Same, I was looking.
I remember seeing you last year in the charity event.
Last year.
Yes, I took a picture of you. I know you met too many people.
That's your wife.
He's married.
You're
Oh,
married.
no, I'm not.
Yeah. Because,
I'm thinking, I'm not.
No, yeah, she's not your wife.
Gonna come later.
No, she's coming with. Because she said when she said she showed me last year, I thought that she's your wife.
I told him my wife was with him last year. So when you said, oh, I was with him last year, he told
Oh,
us
okay,
that.
okay.
Yeah. So one day, to distract the audience, I went to give a talk in Cairo. It was 2012. Wearing loofah. Tell them what I was wearing in English. Loofah.
Oh, like a scrub, like
Yeah.
the Moroccan.
No, the big one, around my neck, and it was coming like this. Everybody was not listening to me, was looking at the loofah. That's why I left my shoe laces
But we want
untied.
people to look there, not there.
But I am trying to distract you, to be in charge of you. If I'm not in charge of you, you can't listen to me. Because you will be looking here, and one day, one minute, you say, what's going on there?
I think it's just the women that will notice.
No, women and men.
Yeah.
When I was wearing this loofah,
Wallah.
I was 40, 50. Wallah, anti Egyptian.
No, I lived in Egypt.
That's, huh? جزائر يا لبس
Tunis.
لا برشا
Half Irish, half Tunisian.
Alhamdulillah. So that's it. You have to, with the loofah, unfortunately, it was not recorded. It was very funny. Very funny. Because we finished the Friday prayer, and I was with Tariq Afifi, the country director of Islamic Relief Germany, and they found me going outside to buy 2 loofah. I said, what is this for? I said, you keep quiet. Keep quiet. The idea came when I saw the loofah. And when I went there, they were welcoming me, Dr. Hani al-Banna, all these fat words. which he was talking about. They found me getting my tag. I put it in the loofah and I put it around my neck. I said, what? What are you doing? For 2 hours I was on my feet and everybody was not listening to me, but trying to ask the question about the loofah. What's your question?
I wrote it down just so I don't forget it. So often with ISOC, we're walking a line between keeping people on the deen, but there's also people in the university who are like kind of scared of ISOC, so they stay away from it. So we're trying to keep those both united. So this year, like we had a solution that we keep some of our events more lighthearted, and on our Instagram, like we make more like funny and like lighthearted jokes, not to scare people off. And this did like end up engaging more people. But also, like, there's some people now who are, it caused a divide. There's some people now who are, like, angry because we don't keep it halal enough, or maybe as strict as they want to be. And I was just wondering how you think we should keep the unity between those people.
Unity is a byproduct of your behavior and your action. It's not something you said, okay, Sister Fatma will unite us. How? It's the most difficult things to bring people to one platform. I think what you need to do, this is the talent of each and every one of you. And if you are good at something, you do it. If you are good to speak to the non-Muslims, you do it. If you are good to make halaqah, you do it. But you can't do everything. Because your talent may go to one direction. As you are good in standing out in the middle of the road and making like what happened in London, what do you call it, speaker's corner, very confident with the knowledge, you can do it. Or standing up producing the leaflet or having a discussion with a non-Muslim, this is another way of da'wah. Or organizing a circle, or making, as they said, both of them on the social media.
No, not even I mean, Muslims are scared of ISOC. Muslims are scared that they'll join ISOC, and all the people in ISOC will be like, you're not Islamic enough, you don't do this.
Nothing called not Islamic enough.
Yeah, that's what people are afraid of.
That's nothing called not Islamic enough.
So that's what we're trying to say, that there's nothing that's not Islamic enough. Everyone is welcome.
Yeah.
But our methods to do that have caused some division.
This is what we discussed this morning. Be friend to them. If you are not friend to them in a friendly way, they will not come and listen to you. Receive them not by your hand and your eyes, but by your heart.
How do they keep themselves united in receiving them? Because some people are like to receive them like this. Some are like to receive them like this.
So what? So what? You cannot force people to behave like yourself. One of you have to be the catalyst and be a source of attraction. If I'm a bad guy, khalas, I'm a bad guy. So they will come to ISIC because of you. I know that one of the brothers in Egypt, they're trying to make a big conference for civil society organizations. And I've got 9 Christians. And because of his command with them, this relationship, said, we are coming to these meetings because of you. If you are not there, we are not there. And they came for about 20 preparatory meetings to organize a very big conference. Because of what? Because of Amy. Amy was the power of attraction. Aisha was the power of attraction, or Fatima, or Abdul Qahir, or Abdullah. Because Abdullah is there, we are coming. From there, we can take them to a different level. But we should keep you as the attractive power to bring them. And once they like you, they will never leave the organization.
Yeah, our other issue is not attracting people, it's the people who are already in the ISIC.
I know.
What do we say to them when they say you shouldn't?
Well, you have to say to them that da'wah is different methodology, different ways. Even the definition of Islam is differently from alim to alim. That's why you have more than 8 recognized schools of thought in Islam. Why not one? You've got the Hanafi, the Malki, the Shafi'i, the Hanbali, اللي هم أعوذ بالله أبادي عندكم انتوا في أبادية في اسمه كده في ليبيا في جبل نفوسة. The Ja'fari, which is the Shia, and Zahiri. Ulama. There was no one. Maybe the most magnificent one is Abu Hanifa. But that does not mean that all the Moroccan are Malki. All the Egyptian are Shafi'i. All the Asian are Hanafi. Most of the Arabs are Hanbali. So what is the problem? What is the problem? Are you going to criticize Abu Hanifa or Ibn Hanbal or Shafi'i or Malik? Who are you? Many different ways of da'wah and many different ways of interpreting Islam and understanding Islam. It's not one size can fit all. But you have to have the gut and the courage to stand up and say, you are wrong. If you become very nice and humble and like this, they will sideline you.
What time is the Jama'ah?
12:45.
What's the time now?
12:25.
Huh?
Oh, they did the
Almost
adhan
at 12.
Yeah, that was the exam.
12:25.
So last question will be for Fatima. And she is prepared. She's coming like a bulldozer to remove all the filth and dirt on the streets and everything.
I felt this.
When she was banging the door.
She nearly took the
Well,
door.
I was trying to open the door بس مش عايز يعني.
You're trying to break the door.
We're women.
That's why.
That's
That's
why
why.
she's trying to them inside of us.
I'm
That's why we're part of Islam Khalid.
That's why I'm very happy that she's speaking very good Arabic.
Oh,
That's Arabic مش
of
كده؟
course. أيوة.
شفت قالت أيوة. أيوة بالمصري كمان تبقى هي عربية.
No, I am like whatever you choose. I speak them well.
يلا بسم الله.
Okay, what advice can you give to us?
What do you mean by us?
Like us young people here, we're trying to do the best for Islam Khalif and in our world and our life. Any general advice that you would give to your younger daughter or to just anyone that's like me?
So, first of all, you have to find a role for yourself. Don't ever live your life without defining a role for yourself that you can do. Even if you become a shoe cleaner, doesn't make any difference. A role. Even I become picking up the rubbish, doesn't make any difference. A role. As simple or more advanced. What is your role? This is number one. Number two, you have to build the confidence in your heart. Confidence in yourself, in your deen, in your belief, in your objective that you can achieve it. Nobody will achieve your objective unless you achieve it, or you promote them or you attract them to achieve it with yourself. Number three, keep trying as much as you can and keep failing. And keep standing up, try and fail again. Stand, try, fail. Stand, try, fail. STF or FTS. No, stand first, try, fail. STF. Hashtag it, huh? You can't live in a, what do you call it? Call it Aflatonian, or what do you call it? This metaphoric or utopic world. There's nothing called utopia. Try, stand, fail. To try, stand, and succeed. Don't stop it. Don't let anyone to, what do you call it, humiliate you or to oppress you in a way, what do you call it, or let you lose confidence or let you put you down. That's what I'm trying to find, let you down. Never. If somebody criticizes you because of your hijab or you are miserably looking Muslim, let's say thank you and proceed for your message. وإذا خطبهم الجاهلون قالوا سلاما. Okay, thank you. I have no time for you. And you deliver your message. Because he or she wants to stop you talking. And you want to communicate with the people. So you focus on the public, not focusing on the people who curse you. They said he, Prophet ﷺ is sha'ir, poet, majnoon, sahir. Is that right? Did he listen to them? He proceeded. There is no harm of changing your objective to suit the needs of the community. Show humility and be humble. Otherwise, nobody will come around you. Be people's woman, or people's girl, or people's man. Approachable. If you are approachable, people will approach you all the time. Will give you headache. But headache is a key for heaven. Because headache reflects patience, and patience opens the gates of heaven. Have intimate relationship with Allah. Personally, privately, when you are in your bedroom, trying to read Quran, trying to stand up at night, even for half an hour, even for 20 minutes, even for 5-10 minutes. Get yourself to do it without people seeing you. This is a true ibadah. You go to the mosque, people see you, oh, Fatima is a very good girl. Because she comes to the mosque 5 times a day. But Fatima should do the homework alone when nobody can see her. Listen to the Quran, recite Quran. Because when you recite Quran, Allah is standing in front of you and listen. Oh, Fatima, your voice is very beautiful. Carry on, raise it, raise it. And as they are sitting in front of you, Allah is sitting in front of you. This is what Sheikh al-Sha'rawi said. When you recite Quran, believe that the one who is sitting in front of you and listening to your mistakes is the one who revealed the Quran of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So when you recite Quran, remember the presence of God who is enjoying reading his book. All this kind of recipes is recipes for success. And excel in your subject. Excel in your subject is economy, mathematics, sports, arts, poetry, history, science, medicine, astronomy, call it. Even fashion, designer. You can design the right fashion for the right people. Instead of the fashion that we are having, which are actually humiliating the individuals. Humiliating the individuals. So all this package, you can put it and you'll be the best. And your name is Fatima? You have to stand for your name. Your name is Aisha? You have to stand for your name. Who is Fatima? Who is Aisha? And your name is Amy? Amin? You have to stand for your name. Because it comes from Amn and Aman. Peace and safety. So if you are Fatima, your icon will be Fatima al-Zahra. Who's Fatima al-Zahra? Not my daughter. Because my daughter is called Fatima al-Zahra. But actually, your icon or your role model is Sayyidah Fatima. Your role model, Sayyidah Aisha. Actually, you have a big task, bigger task than them, because they are focused. But you are all over the place of bringing safety and tranquility. So stand up for your name. My name is Hani, the happy man. So I stand for bringing happiness to people, bringing jokes, making animal voices. Oh, very good. Very good. Now you can come and sit down next to me. You can do the ma together. The ma in Arabic means water. Water. أنت بتتكلم عربي؟ شوية. Respond to me.
Same way.
Yes. Unless you respond to me, Fatima. See, there's some understanding. Community worker, you are a waste of time. Why is this way sitting with us?
Doctor, I think you should sing the song.
Huh?
Sing your song. الأغنية نتاع الغنيها.
الأغنية؟
أيوة.
Alright. عم محمد عنده غيت فيها الغيط عنده فرفور إيا إيا أو، طلع الفرفور بيحب الفول إيا إيا أو، راح في العشاء يجلس فرفور إيا إيا أو، هو وأمه ياكلوا الفول إيا إيا أو، وبعدين الفرفور ما أكل الفول إيا إيا أو، فلسع منا وساب قشر الفول إيا إيا أو. His Royal Highness has a farm, E-I-E-I-O. In his farm he has a cuckoo, E-I-E-I-O. Little cuckoo has laid an egg, E-I-E-I-O. One egg for you, one egg for me, E-I-E-I-O. Egg number 2 is for mommy, E-I-E-I-O. Mommy made Bobby legless, E-I-E-I-O. He gave my sister her necklace, E-I-E-I-O. Eggless, legless, or necklace, E-I-E-I-O. Little cuckoo become restless, E-I-O-I-O. Little cuckoo has also said, E-I-E-I-O. How on earth I lay an egg, E-I-E-I-O. This is written by myself. But it's long.
Composed by you as well.
No, composed by all McDonald has a farm. You don't steal even the Allah, stealing. It's copyright. I wrote it because I wanted my children to Arabize and Islamize. عم محمد عنده غيط. All McDonald has a farm. But the animal voice is my copyright. I was talking to one of the young girls or boys this morning. Girl with her mother. Oh my God, what this man is doing? And the mother was laughing and the girl was scared in the cafe. Alhamdulillah.
I don't think you were talking to her. I think you were more.
I want communicating.
You're communicating.
Art of communication in different languages. I speak Arabic, English, anemic. What's anemic? Ya Allah. What time is it now? Still 5-10 minutes?
We have 10 minutes.
Any other questions? Sister Amy? Sister Aisha? Sister Fatima? Comment. Fight. Any other question? You like my song? Make me famous on your Facebook. Tag hash me.
Yeah.
You tag hash?
They have Instagram.
He does,
I have Instagram,
How
yeah.
do you know?
No, I said tag hash me.
Ask me.
Hashtag
Oh, yeah, I will.
Go on.
Do I have any questions?
Yeah.
Maybe one last one, just because of time constraints. As young Muslims in a Western society with a diverse community, with Muslims and non-Muslims and everything, and we work in so many other sectors and all that, how do you represent Islam in a proper way? Because media shows that it's extreme. So how would you portray yourself as a brand ambassador of Islam?
You have to become a role model yourself. Role model in behavior. Role model of performance. Role model of being the best in your subject. Role model of actually bringing people around you. Okay? You don't have to invite people to Islam. Because we don't need more people to become Muslims.
Show them what Islam is.
Yeah, show them what you are. If you are a good man, people will come to you to listen to you. If you are a bad man and you are the top manager, people will be forced to listen to you because they are their boss. But be what you are to make them to think about what you want. Because if you are not going to be what you are or what you want, they will never think about you of the way you want. It's come back, the same philosophy. It's you. It's not me. Of course, and you know, when Allah will put your deeds on the scale, it's your deed, not my deed. It's your amal, not my amal.
To each their own.
That's it. Be what you are to make them think what you want. Tag Hashit.
Hashtag.
She's living in a different world now. If you want to change their mind, you have to be what you are, what you want to be. So they will love you and respect you. Yeah. Bismillah. Time for prayer? Huh?
Time is what? 45 or 50? 50. We have 13 minutes. We have 545. Anyone got anything else?
Just maybe simple questions.
What?
I ask like if I have something I'll ask definitely.
I think all of you will be very upset because I'm bringing back the responsibility on your shoulder.
No, that's what we're here for.
Huh?
It's a truth though.
That's it. You want to go to heaven? It's not me, it's you. خلاص. Find your way. That's right, Sister Amy? Find your way.
You can't sugarcoat.
Somebody can tell you this is the way, but you don't want to go there. It's up to you. Tell me you don't do it and you still want to do it. خلاص, do it.
What
Yes?
would you say to someone who says they're too busy to give back?
It's up to him. We don't want you. Well, it's finished. There's some time that you have to be very blunt. I'm too busy to give back, خلاص, you'll miss the train. I'm not going to wait for you. Are you going to wait for him? You're going to wait for him? Or for her? No, you're not going to wait. That's it. If you keep begging people, they will be twisting your arm. But if you don't have the time to give, خلاص, Jazakallah khair, when you have the time, come to us. خلاص, brothers, sisters, let us go and do the work. Leave him. When you feel that he's left behind, or she is left behind, they feel, but I was in a meeting, Amr Khalid, may Allah bless him, used to bring young people from different parts of the world. And those people came from a very top families in the Middle East. And I was giving the talk, and I found, Madrasat Mushagbin, this find of a dozen of young people as a back, boys and girls from the Gulf countries, cracking jokes and not listening to me. I said, okay. I stopped my talk. I told them, please, I'm here as a volunteer. Either you listen or you didn't take me seriously. They cut it on. Second time I told them, this is the orange card or the yellow card. Be sure I'm a volunteer. You listen or you leave. Because they get used to employ people with the father's company. The third one, I said, okay, enough is enough. Out. They didn't get used to somebody going get lost out. So I'm not going to talk. Out. You 10 people, all of you out. Because about 70 or 80 people in the room, and those 10 is spoiling the meeting. And everybody went. You know what happened after that, Sister Fatima? What happened? They came one by one to rejoin the group again. You think that you are sitting at the back because you paid $5,000 or $10,000 for this trip to come and humiliate a speaker? Out. 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 They came back with head low, sitting miserably, being looked down by other colleagues of them. Because the 60 people in the room would like to listen, and those 10 people are spoiling the meeting. If you stand firm, thank you. You have no time for us? Okay, fine. Aisha, let's go. I have no time for you. When you have the time, join us. He will feel, particularly if he is talented or rich or whatever it is, that he is slapped in the face without cursing him or without humiliating him. But your action will force him or will twist his arm. Umayma, can you make the dua, inshallah, for closing down? Inshallah. All right, anything else?
I'm not all that, but I'm done for now.
Of them for now. You want to ask any question? Anyway, settle down.
You should know the drill, man. Come on.
We'll ask the rest of the questions in the next segment.
Next, there's another segment?
You have 4 more questions, he said.
It's 4
No,
questions.
no, 3.5, remember?
Oh yeah,
We asked
slowly.
Yeah, okay.
After this we have a pray and then we have a 2-3 hour gap where we're going to do more stuff.
Oh, okay.
Inshallah.
3 hours after.
It's the dinners at 4-ish. After 4.
Inshallah. Okay. Make dua. Make dua.
Like a normal dua, yeah?
Yes. There's no abnormal dua.
May Allah give us all long lives. May Allah grant us all the best in this life. May Allah save us from what's about to come and what's yet to come.
Yeah, I mean.
May Allah guide us in a way which is the best way for us. May Allah save us in the day of resurrection, and may Allah save us from the punishment of the grave.
Amen.
May Allah help us read Surah Mulk every day.
Amen.
Help us from the punishment of the grave.
Amen.
May Allah give our parents long lives. May Allah forgive our parents. May Allah purify our hearts and make them not hard. May Allah love us more and make him his friend.
Amen.
And may Allah grant us all Jannah.
Amen. Amen. Amen.